Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Frame 17, Barry Hawkins to break.
Barry Hawkins gets the final session of this second round match underway. And, well, he trails by 9 frames to 7, but it could have been a lot worse. It looked odds on that Mark Howell was going to have a 10-6 lead coming into this final session, but Barry got a snooker and won the last frame this morning. There's been some good snooker played in this match, Terry, and it all boils down to this session, doesn't it?
Yes, I was on it this morning, and it's high quality, 3 cents breaks on the spin, and
Can somebody just check the earpiece, please?
A few turnarounds. Barry Hawkins needed 3 snookers in the last but 1 frame and got them, and then Mr. Blue off the spot, and then he went to the snooker in the last frame, got that, and cleared from brown to black. So it had a bit of everything, and most of it was quality.
Just a little bit thick with the safety. That's why the cue ball was only just past the baulk line rather than being near the baulk cushion. But probably not left anything that would tempt Mark into playing a pot. Just got to catch this just right, find the gap between 2 reds. And there's a red going over the corner. He needs a bit of help. And there's one over both corners. But he's got a very good length with the cue ball. So it makes this red to the right corner very difficult, particularly as the pink and black are tied up at the moment. There is one over the left corner, but Mark can't get through to that, I don't think. And there you see it. So he's got to make a decision here. I think what I'd be doing here is this red to the right corner. I'd just be trying to roll it in, not even concerning myself about position on the colour. And then just play the safety. Don't want to get too clever here.
The problem is he hasn't got much reward, no matter which red he pots, really. Unless he can get past there or get a little bit of luck with the kiss. So if the black and pink were up in here, he'd be more keen to go for something. There's no point in just taking a single red, and if you miss it, you'll be leaving your opponent on.
Well, in the end, he's trying to swerve, and, well, he won't be too unhappy with that result. Very fortunate to get the cue ball back to there. Let's see how it happened again. Played the swerve, thought he might pot that red, double kiss, flick off the other one. A result.
1.
Well, terrific pot, but it always was going to be difficult to get position on the colour. He cued it well though. That could stand him in good stead for the rest of the evening. Yeah, he can just get through to the pink, and of course, if he hits the pink, he's going to hit the red to the left of the pink, so the cue ball. Just got to put an extra bit of pace to get the cue ball to the ball cushion.
One, Barry Hawkins.
Played it nicely. And now the pink in play. Mark Allen's got to be very careful here. A mistake now could be costly. Well, that is a terrific shot. That is top draw. To find the path back to the baulk cushion and get the length as perfect as that. Tremendous shot. You can see there wasn't a lot of room to go through. Had to miss the reds on the left-hand side. And then he just drifted past the green. And you can see Barry Hawkins already tapping the table in appreciation. He's going to have to catch this very thin if he's trying to get back to baulk.
Foul, a miss. Mark Allen, 4.
Well, you think it's unlikely that Mark Allen will have the ball replaced because, you know, he could hit it correctly the next time, but it's not an easy red, this. And because the black's not available, he's going to have to play it with power to get back up for blue or pink. Makes the pot that little bit more difficult.
Well, it'll be his first pot if he does take it on in this final session. Asking you to replace the ball, so.
I don't know whether that would have been my choice, but of course the player knows how he's feeling. And it wasn't an easy pot, but Barry could just catch this just right here and get a good safety. But he doesn't want to catch it too thick. And he has done, and that's why he's collided into the second red. So it's turned out to be a good decision from Mark Allen.
Yes, and a red on, plus colours available with blue and pink there. And the black's in the open as well, so it's quite a different proposition now. Been some very good safety from both players. At the end of the day, don't get any points for that, so Mark Allen needs to get his potting boots on.
Six. Seven.
Interesting to see where the black goes when it's respotted. Could be out of commission. Referee Colin Humphreys.
14.
The black's available.
15.
They played so well in the first session, you expect a big break now, but it's not that easy, I'm afraid. Both these players got 92% pot success, which is excellent. Long pots.
22.
71 and 62. A lot of good stuff.
23.
Always good to watch two top players both on form. Just gives that little bit more edge to the spectators when they're watching, thinking that one mistake could cost them the frame.
Yes, and of course we're going to see them display the talents
31.
under the utmost pressure, which is, of course, the World Championship. That's the real test of a player's mettle.
I found the Clethlean District League a lot of pressure when I started playing, John, on a Wednesday night.
$38. $39.
Just found the angle on the blue. It's a frame winning chance now.
Mark Allen moves the cue ball very easily with quite a short backswing,
44.
which is unusual in today's game. Most of the top players have a longer swing. You see he's only a few inches back, quite quick through the
45.
ball. Very effective.
$52. $53.
So that black going in means he's now 63 points in front, 75 remaining.
60.
Just a red and a cover needed. And it was funny,
61.
Terry, you said you don't get points for safety, but that excellent safety shot from Mark Allen yielded this opportunity. And Paul's taking it well.
Yes, he forced a mistake, didn't he, Barry Hawkins?
66.
He's taken these well. Looks very confident in the
67.
balls.
Yeah. 73.
So there you see it, 3 blues, 1 pink, 6 blacks.
$74. Top.
There's already been 3 century breaks in this match. Just
81.
off the cushion is red, so it's missable. Yeah,
Allen,
he
81
did make that
on the frame.
right. Really, but he wasn't bothered. He got the frame well and truly in the bag, brought about by a superb safety shot that Barry Hawkins couldn't cope with. And Mark Allen stretches his lead to 3 frames. It's now 10-7. Yeah, and the scoring of both players, and it was brought about, that opportunity for Mark, when A good safety shot from Barry Hawkins, and you think, well, how's he going to get the cue ball back to Bork? And he found the perfect path and the perfect length. That was the important thing. And you could see the tap on the table there from Barry Hawkins. And of course, he couldn't cope, or couldn't get a safety shot in return, and that chance was all that Mark Allen needed. First to 13, remember, in these second round matches. So Barry Hawkins needs to start getting a few frames on the scoreboard.
Frame 18. Mark Allen to break.
Underway, he'd be quite happy now, 3 frames in front. Hasn't been a lot in this match all the way through, but as you get nearer to the magic number of 13, of course, that a 3-frame gap is much more difficult for the person that's behind, because you haven't got that much time to catch up again. With these two of them, we played a few times, and 3 times I think, and 2 of those were minor events or secondary events, PTCs and things. And you'd think, with them both been successful over the last 8 or 9 years, that they'd be playing each other a lot. But sometimes you just avoid people in the draw. Well, that cue ball needs to run.
Well, it was a very risky shot to play, but he still left the pot on for Barry Hawkins. Not certain about that choice of shot. I think he was trying to find the baulk cushion there. Only just crept past the yellow, otherwise he'd have left an easy one to the middle. But he still left this one to the corner. Dangerous thing to do.
He certainly didn't play to put the whites very soft, did he? He's very fortunate that Barry Hawkins, I think it's his first long pot in this session. He knocked it in anyway. Oh, he knocked one in earlier on, didn't he, in that corner pocket as well. I remember you saying, Johnny, to hold him in good stead, and it did. Look, the next long pot he got, he knocked it in.
Yeah, well, it's a sign that you're cueing well. You're getting the cue in a straight line. You're not hitting across the ball. A few loose reds that he could play for. The only reason I suggest that, I mean, we see so many times the players going into the cluster, but that pink is just separated from the red, so if he did play the can, he'd have to hit that pink absolutely full in the face. May just decide to pick off a few loose reds before he decides to try anything like that.
Both these players like to go for their shots, and both of them are very much of the style of play that they want to get the balls up and as soon as they possibly can and win the frame in one visit, like most of the top players now. You've got to have that. You're not going to beat players who are doing that. I think Stephen Hendry was the man that really got that started. And before him we had Steve Davis, who was a great all-round player, tremendous player. And he was a bit aggressive, but nothing like Stephen Hendry. And we didn't know what happened when he came along, Stephen. He was taking shots on that nobody else was even looking at. And the trouble was, he was making them as well.
Yeah, but it's all about self-belief, and Stephen had lots of that. So that was the last of the
20.
the loose reds, and he's not got the angle on the blue, so he may be struggling after the blue to keep this break going. Needed an angle.
Barry was actually practicing the shot he just played now in the practice session there. He's hit about 20 up for the blue off a red in the similar position perfectly, but when you go out there it's a little bit different. I think what happens is that there's a fraction of follow through that doesn't happen, only a fraction, and that's enough, you know, to stop straight on the blue rather than get past and leave a nice angle. And if you've got a little bit of tension in your arm, it can happen. You don't feel the tension, of course.
$25, Barry Hawkins.
We won't be happy with that. I mean, okay, this is not the easiest of pots, but he shouldn't have left any chance of a pot on a red. Well, it was close, but a little bit of a let-off there for Barry. Don't want to be playing too many careless shots like that. As you can see, you've been nicely on the black, didn't have to do much with the cue ball. Now, can Barry get through to the red? I think he can. He's played it beautifully. And he's now got the perfect angle on the yellow to go into this cluster of reds. Good pot, good cueing. And if he can get this right, he'll be playing a lot of pace. If he gets a good split, well, he's not looking at the yellow. Does he think the yellow's too thin? Maybe he feels he's got to get in, but I think he can get in to these reds off one cushion. He couldn't inject the pace that he wanted to. It was just too thin a contact on the yellow. Although the way he's got into it and missed them on the low side, I think that shot was definitely on.
Barry Hawkins, 3.
Shame there, because the first red was a great shot. He struck it as well as he could. You see the yellow, and he's got too much spin on the ball. If he'd have hit it a bit harder, he would have gone into the pack there, but because he hit it a bit slower, he got too much of the backspin on early.
Oh, there was a little shake of the head when Mark played that shot. Knew he'd caught it too thin. Has he been saved by the brown? It's tight.
Thought it was worth a go. There was no other reds on that he could have left on anyway. Sometimes you force yourself to think it will go on, it won't. Now then, if this runs, it could be good. Maybe a bit more run on it. Very good. Brown stop in the two reds. Are you getting the two reds below the pink there? I'll have to use cushion first by the look of it. And of course the balls are quite up in the red, so you've got to be careful here.
Well, he's trying the two cushion escape with pace. Always feel these are a little bit more difficult if you're not playing it with side. Just to play it plain ball, I never felt as though I got the feel for the shot. Whereas if you put a trace aside, you just feel you judge it better off the second cushion. Well, he is playing it with side.
Foul on this. Mark Allen, full.
Possibility of a free ball, but maybe not. Referee's trying to have a look. There's too many players in the way.
Put it back anyway, yeah.
Well, I was having a look to see if it was a free ball, and I think Colin Humphreys would have given it more of a look. But Mark Allen already said it doesn't matter. Just put it back anyway.
Do you want to check it?
Well, this is where it was originally, there. And where is it now? Yeah, it's a little bit further away from the cushion.
Okay.
There's the original.
Yeah, it's fine.
And that's where it is now. It's not back now. It's pretty good. Everybody seems to be in agreement.
Yeah. Yes.
It's a bit closer that time. Back it'll go.
Mark Allen, full. Back. You must have read this time, but you must have frame. Just bring up the canter, just make sure. Yeah. Okay.
So, he's got to hit them this time. 3 misses and you lose the frame. So he didn't fancy getting it safe first time around off this. Can he get it safe this time? It's, oh, well, it was a plant. He never noticed that before. Can you believe it? He's been giving foul points away. He's been warned by the referee, should he not? It's a red, he'll lose the frame, and he found a plant. And in goes the blue, and what a chance this is given now. It just shows you what you can be forced into playing.
Well,
6.
May get a chance later on. Mark Allen was laughing when that, and he found it quite funny. He got a lovely sense of humour, as Barry has.
7. $14. 15.
And the ball's ideal. A good break here. There he comes round, Barry Hawkins, to look at the plant. Look. And he goes back up. I don't think he's certain of it. There's a bit of doubt, a bit of distance between the balls. But he didn't have any other choice. He didn't have a safety shot on.
No, more or less the referee told him to play it. And looking at it there, it had to be made. It certainly wasn't set on for the pocket. But he's now in pole position to win the frame of this visit. Got a 48-point lead. 2 reds, 2 colours. Should be enough, particularly as he's
29
around the black spot area. So there you see.
36.
Once he pots the red, there'll only be 59 remaining, so red and a colour.
37.
Mark Allen needing a snooker. Looks a formality.
It always looks a formality in the commentary box. But you're right, John, the balls were so
44.
well set after that plant when you had to go on and win this frame, especially when he's 10-7 down.
45.
Been good stuff. Very interesting match so far. Session's been good. The
50.
morning session was very good. I think they suit each other's styles playing against each other.
Barry Hawkins, 50 and the frame.
No, the red doesn't go in, and Mark Allen's having to think about it, and he's conceded the frame, so Barry Hawkins is very happy. He's pulled one back, but he still trails by 10 frames to 8.
We've done quite a lot of chatting. Mark Allen's one of those people who always seems to be quite keen to chat to his opponent, but it was amazing how it happened. Barry had a couple of attempts trying to come off 2 cushions, was warned by the referee, if you don't hit one, it's a foul, so he just... Well, it wasn't a hit and hope, because we saw he came round, had a look to see if there's a possibility of a plant, but it's not one you'd have played unless you was forced into it. He was, and it won him the frame. Very intimate, isn't it, when we're at the 2-table situation at the Crucible?
Well, these two lads were in the same management team for about 4 years, so they know each other well, and I think both of them got a good sense of humour and are not the type of people who don't like to speak, you know. I mean, you and myself, John, were people that didn't want to talk to your opponent. Well, we're all different.
Frame 19. Barry Hawkins to break.
Well, to be honest with you, I think as Barry Hawkins get frame 19 underway, when we look at the 2-table situation at the Crucible and the seats so close together, this was the only tournament where you were sat next to your opponent so close. Usually you'd be in one corner, he'd be in the other. It's building up nicely, this match, though.
Foul, a miss.
The further
Barry
my
Hawkins,
opponent was away
4.
from me, the better I enjoyed it, John, to be honest, because I was the type of player that didn't want to know who my opponent was. I didn't really want to look at him, speak to him or anything else. He wasn't part of what I was thinking about. So you know, to talk to him would have been difficult for me. Well, I said hello.
And shook his hand and said, have a good game. Now Barry's got a choice here. He's deciding whether he should have it replaced or have Mark play from where it lies now?
Back.
He's having it put back. There's the original, and that's where it is now, just a touch away from the cushion. It doesn't make any difference, but
Foul and a miss. Barry
it was
Hawkins.
a free ball previously.
4.
It could be a free ball again here. He's stepping, he's having it put back. He's been busy Colin Humphries this evening. An Evertonian. Never stops reminding me. Third time lucky. And it's turned out to be such a good hit. He's got a snooker back.
Foul and a miss. Mark Allen. 4.
Well, a lot of incidents so far in this session, I must say. The referee hasn't got off his knees and only constantly giving him fouls in the last 2 frames. Strange things happening, like that plant with Barry Hawkins in the previous frame, and this, you know, Mark Allen hit the red but had no intention of getting behind the yellow. Now he's put Barry Hawkins in trouble.
Barry just asking for it to check. There's the original, and that's where it is now. Well, it couldn't be much closer.
Okay.
So the original, and that's where it is now. Looks perfect. Shouldn't have a problem here. I mean, he just underhit it last time. Oh, and you don't want to slide past them. Don't want to slide past. He knew he left the red on there. Well, he may well have done. The red closest to the cue ball. It may go to the corner. Misjudgment there.
One.
Every frame now is very important to both players, and it's nice to get first chance.
7.
Now a chance to, after potting the black, just nudge into the reds. He'd think he'll still be on that red that's closest to the cue ball at the moment for the right corners. You don't hit this with too much pace, just loose them a little bit. Just want to bring a few reds into play. You've played it nicely.
40.
problem is, if you play it too hard, then you can lose the cue ball. You want it to stay in the middle of the table.
15.
So he's got 4 open reds to go at. And the reason I say 4 open reds is that these 3 reds that are lined
22.
up, as he pots one, he'll make another one available.
23.
Just waiting for referee to check if the pink spot is available. Now I would have thought if you can see the cross in the middle of the ball marker, the pink would spot, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Do you know how they work it out, Barry?
I think it's what you just said, isn't it?
Well, it looked to be in the middle of that ball marker there to me.
He's having a lot to do, the referee.
Oh, we'll have those gloves re-gripped before the night's out.
Thank you. 29. Check it again. It's rocking back, yeah.
I'm trying to not the rock.
Have another go. Yeah. Yeah, I'll bring it out and do it again.
Must be some reason why Mark is determined to get this pink in the right place. Maybe he's thinking the pink should be possible. The idea of this, the pink, is in a direct line with the middle of the top cushion, and you'd use the black, the blue and the brown to make certain it's directly in that line. It goes as close to the red as it can go without touching. And Mark, just have a look to see if the pink is possible. Wasn't necessarily for this shot, obviously, because he's played for the black, but he's wondering if he could play for the pink at some time and open the reds, or will we have to go up for the blue to open them? So he just felt it was important that the pink was put in the right place, in a direct line.
37.
He'll go up for the blue this time.
$38. Yeah.
And he's found the perfect angle on the blue. So, no time like the present, I don't think, to go into the reds. Well, it's all right now. Looked like the cue ball might go in. Looked like he knocked the red in. And it was a case of after you.
$44.
Yeah, looked like the cue ball could have been going, and then a little bit of flicker side. said to the red, get over the pocket.
I can't believe that. I don't think he's on the red.
51.
There's the red into the corner, the right corner. Cue ball run away a bit there. Much more difficult pot now.
Yeah, he just didn't hit the back in the middle of the pocket, did he? But he's
52.
recovered. He could recover it. But he's still a little bit of work to do. He's got a little bit too much potting angle on the blue. He's got a 48-point lead. But as I say, he's just got a little bit of work to do with the cue ball playing this blue. Well, he's not perfect by any means.
57.
Fraction unlucky that he played the gap there to come back out for 2 reds, but the side just stayed on a little too long and cannoned that red. It was all tricky, as John said.
Okay, turn that phone off, please.
It's still potable, this red, but it's a very thin cut, and the cue ball will be running away, and he stuns into the red above it or hits it. Not straightforward. It's a big frame, of course. It's that we'll take mark on an 11-8 in front versus the 13. Very well played. Hello. Oh, could have gone anywhere. Put his hand up to apologise to Barry Hawkins. He's been played in a very good spirit this match, both players.
Now, needs a bit of luck here. Doesn't want to hit this full. Well, he might just be on the red to the
62.
left middle. Can he get to this one? To the corner? Oh, he could. He was a bit fortunate to be on that one. And now there's black. We'll put him 66 points in front with 67 remaining. One more red required. He's run out of position quite a few times, but
70.
the end result, you would feel that he's going to win the frame now.
71. $77. 78.
One brown, 3 blues, 2 pinks, 5 blacks. There's the 6th one. Look like making a
85.
century break in frame 17. Just broke down on 81, but
86.
he's one of these players that once he gets past the winning line mark, he's not too bothered about the centuries. I did the Neil Robertson match this afternoon, Terry. He just wants to put every ball on the table, doesn't
93.
he? He doesn't want to miss anything.
94.
And generally does.
Well played. Okay, he ran out of position a few times. It's another frame that
100.
was just turned on a safety.
101.
Got into that too much.
107.
Well, he's on the yellow, but he can't pot it, I don't think. Can he? Can he hit it this thin? Ain't gone. He's left-handed normally. Pitch outside.
109. Mark Allen, 109 on the frame.
But anyway, There's another frame that could have gone either way, but he's got reason to smile because he's now 2 frames away from a place in the quarter-final. He leads Barry Hawkins by 11 frames to 8. So, both players had chances, and it's, funnily enough, Terry, you always look at a match and you think the one who makes the least mistakes, but the way this one's going, it seems to be a good safety shot that creates a chance, and such is the scoring power of both the players tonight. One chance is all they're looking for to win a frame. Tough school.
You see the yellow there from he can't play. He always says he can't play right-handed Mark Allen. Look at Barry laughing. And he's playing this with a bit of side as well, the whole of the green look. And he potted it anyway and then missed the green. Raised his hand to the crowd.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? But nice to see, you know. I mean, Barry there was really chuckling to himself, and in the heat of battle, it's not easy to do.
Thank you. Frame 20. Mark Allen to break.
So you'd feel that this is a frame Barry Hawkins has got to win to stay in the match. If it was 12-8 down, going into the interval, he'd have a lot to think about. Have to win the remaining 5 frames to go through into the quarter-final. It's been done here, but not that often.
He can get back to the ball, Ken, but he's got to catch this thin enough. You don't want to catch it too thick. He can't swing it round off 2 cushions. And if he misses the green, it's pretty good. He didn't. Not bad, but it could have been better. This is the player's view. Only the one red to go at. Well, there's a gap, is there? Gap's a player containing safety. Is it safe? Well, I presume that Mark had a look. I knew that if he left the cue ball near the top cushion, he wouldn't be leaving a pot on. Seems as though he was right. A bit full there, and that's why he just about reached the baulk line. I agree with what Terry said earlier. There's a mid-session interval after this. 11-9. It's okay. It's as you were. Barry started this final session 2 frames behind. But if he went to that mid-session interval with Mark Allen only needing 1 frame, it'd be hard to fancy him. So when he makes decisions with shots like this, if he decides to go for it, needs to get it. Close, but that's the problem. When you play it with that pace, you've got to be so accurate.
Yes, it wasn't a full pocket shot anyway, but at that pace you're losing part of the pocket because of the pace. Well, you can't see anything on this side of the table here, on the left here. Don't think you can see the red on the other cushion either, on the right cushion, so not sure if Mark played that as a secondary part of the pot he took on.
Well, there is a line there. I think he can just get to the 2 cushions down the left-hand side of the table if he follows that line. He's just got to get past the middle pocket. Maybe it's too narrow. It's sometimes difficult to say. We'll see how he plays it. No, he's playing the 2 cushion escape with pace. And played it beautifully. Excellent shot, well played. This was a tough shot and made light of it. That's a bit pacey. There's not been a great consistency in Mark Allen's safety play this evening, but occasionally he's put in a real talent one that has got Barry in all kinds of trouble. He's not done it so far in this frame. Okay, he's had him snookered a couple of times, but just a bit of good fortune, that was. But Barry needs to be keeping that cue ball near the baulk cushion if he can. Just makes it that bit more difficult. Well, this is too thin. It'll in and out of baulk, and couldn't find the path behind the yellow and brown. Disappointed.
Big shot coming up.
One.
Barry Hawkins' safety wasn't good enough, but I looked at his face and he was making a few jibs as if he had a quick bounce off the cushion, but he still took a good pot then from Mark Allen to get into this position.
Yeah, sure.
Got a nice angle on the blue to go in and out the baulk. He looks sharp, doesn't he, Mark Allen, John? He's looked sharp from the start of this match.
Yeah, and he's, as you said earlier, he's got a lovely touch, particularly when he's in around the pink and black spot area. And he can rattle up breaks very quickly.
Six.
I always remember the story, because I'd never heard of Mark, and when he just turned professional, and Peter Ebden said to me, he said, it won't take him as long as it took Ding Junhui to win a ranking event. As it happened, Peter was mistaken on that one, but that's how highly he rated him.
Well, he's world amateur champion, wasn't a European champion and European under-19 champion. He's had a lot of success in Ireland as an amateur, so good breeding coming into the professional game, and he's carried on to impress in that game with the few ranking event wins. Oh, not with shots like that he hasn't.
7. Mark on.
Just maybe overstretching slightly there. He'll be disappointed to have missed that chance. So, Barry, your opponents let you off the hook somewhat. Can you make the most of this opportunity?
Well, if he's got the angle to play for the red that's on the black spot, it's perfect. You can leave that 3/4 half ball. Not sure if you can have angle on the blue for it. That'll certainly bring the black into play then. It's what you'd normally do. Like most of these players do these days, their first chance to get in pink and black into play. And he didn't have the angle. And he may there have played for this red to be dead straight, so you could run through and
6.
pot the black into the right corner. Clear the black spot. But he's going to have to pot this red, cannon into another red. A little gap there between the pink and those reds. Very slight.
7.
So he's on the pink. Should he wish to play it? Not so easy for him as a left-hander, of course. He's got an angle on the blue to go in and out the balk, but cue ball's going to have to travel a long way, and he's got to be accurate with the positional shot. Taking the more difficult pot on. Pretty well played.
Yes, he'd just be hoping he's not going to be hampered by the pink when he plays this red to the left corner. No, he'll be okay. He can get
13.
the cue through to the middle of the cue ball. And I think the pink will be available into the opposite corner. Obviously is.
14.
These players now in the game, they're very efficient around the pink, aren't they, in the middle pockets, and wasn't something in years gone by that used to be used a lot, but they're so accurate at their potting now. They ram a ball in the middle pocket about 50 miles an hour as if it's on the hole, and not much room when you're playing even from the pink spot into the middles. Not a great deal of room for error. Just 1 or 2 shots away from a really good situation here.
Yeah, he's played for this red just below the pink, but he's played it in such a way that if he's not on it, then he'd have another
20.
alternative red to the right corner, but he did manage to just get on it.
21.
And of course, it's brought the pink now really into open play. And that cannon could be very nice, thank you. I don't know if he wants to bother potting the black at the moment, because
27.
if the black's re-spotted, it may tie up a couple of reds, so just got to work it out shot by shot.
He's finally on the black. Goes into that corner, of course.
Now, where's the black? Oh, well, that's the reason he's played the black. It wouldn't want its own spot.
35.
Okay, you wouldn't really want to lose it at the other end of the table, but he feels that he can win this frame now on pinks and blues.
Yeah.
He's just overhit
36.
that slightly. But it's just about okay. It's been a little bit straighter than this, but I think he can drop it in and play for that red that's near the black spot.
And he keeps hanging on, doesn't he, Barry Hawkins? He's a tough match player. Doesn't throw the towel in very early like some players do. He's been behind 3 frames in this
42.
match, I think, about 3 times. And if you can win this frame and go into the interval 11-9, he'd be quite pleased with that effort. Oh, that's the first one to go wrong.
43.
I don't know if he had a bad contact or he just mishit it, but either way, he's out of position. After all that hard work, John.
Yeah, and obviously he was hoping to just catch that red probably a little bit thinner, but it just shows you how it came about. He just didn't get the perfect angle on the pink into the right middle. And then he didn't get the good angle on the red. And then before you know where you're at, you're having to play safe. I can't see him risking a pot here.
43. Barry Hawkins.
So it's a good lead, but there's still plenty of snooker left in this frame.
Just about missed the blue there. Caught the red much too thin. He didn't hit the cue ball hard enough there. And the problem is then the side he's putting on, it swerves quite quickly. Caught it too thin, he was lucky. This looks good.
That's a good safety.
His head folds off, players.
Not consistently playing good safeties, but every now and then he really throws a good one in. And this is one of them. Now, I don't know, Barry may consider here taking the pot on. If he was to knock the red in, he'd win the frame. The reason I say that, I always think if there's no safety, why not play the pot? But he's trying to swing it round off 2 cushions to get back to the balk end. The red's go. Oh, the red, that's a nice kiss. Well, it was a nice kiss. It was a good kiss now, hampered by the black. Very fortunate there was Barry Hawkins.
Well, it was a similar shot that he had before in what he needed to do, and he needed to get a lot of run inside on, but this time he allowed too much, I'm afraid, and caught the red too thick. That's how it is, running down together with the cue ball. Maybe I'm going to go with this. Pretty good effort, bridging over that colour then.
Well, catching the yellow full in the face. Wouldn't think Barry had considered playing the pot, but he's left a nice easy safety shot. He's going to swing round off the two cushion of this, but you could always kiss the brown at playing it this way. And that was the problem for me. I wouldn't have gone that way because you kiss the brown and it stops the cue ball from getting to the baulk cushion. And the red in the middle of the table below the pink is possible.
Plus it brings the brown back into play as well, John. It is semi-safety with a good shot. The cue balls either stop quickly or roll on quickly.
One.
I think he's on the brown. So he's only 35 points behind Mark Allen. Hasn't got the black up this side of the table to help him out at the moment. I think he played for these two reds, but he's on them. But if he'd gone too hard, he'd been on the reds to the right corner as well. So another brown's on the back spot, which isn't the ideal situation. You feel you've been robbed with 3 points every time you pop the brown up there, John.
Well, yes, but it's nice to have a colour at this end. It's half a chance, this, certainly. I don't know if he got a heavy contact there, but has he got the angle required on the blue? No. That's why he's playing the pink. Good pot and good position. Solid. Very solid.
17. $18.
There you see him screwing off the side cushion there, bottom cushion. Perfect. A big blow to Barry Hawkins if Mark Allen plays up from here, because he was right in the middle of the balls. Lost position.
22.
On a 43 break.
Purposely when potting the brown, tried to develop that red, but I think it stopped the brown from going in the opposite corner. So he had to play it with a bit of pace, and he didn't get into it enough. He couldn't play for the brown in the left corner because that red was blocking the path. And if this brown doesn't pass the pink, just need it. Well, that type of shot, I think, less pace, you get more action on the cue ball. Obviously the brown doesn't, well, you could see there, just a quick glimpse that the brown doesn't pass the pink, so it's end of break. So it was a good chance, it's gone.
Yes, needs to take his time now and play a really good safety here.
Yellow ball.
And you have to swerve slightly here. Not quite sure if you can see anything on the right hand side of the arrow.
Mark Allen, 23.
Found your gap, John, is he?
Yep, there's always a gap. And you said that Mark Allen needed a good safety shot on the yellow. Barry Hawkins desperately needs one here. He can't afford to leave this red on.
That's pretty good. And these are the times when you've got to hang on, and Hawkins looked like winning this for him early on, and now he's just 13 points in front, so there's even more pressure than on that shot he played. Had to get it right. The way Mark Arnhem plays, he's if you leave him on at these situations, he's pretty good at clearing up in no time at all. Didn't quite get the snooker on this red though.
just caught that red a little bit thinner than he wanted to. So Mark Allen could gain the advantage now, and it's a very important tactical exchange. That's worked out nicely. And that's what he played. Even if the red hadn't have run into the yellow, it'd have been a snooker behind the green. So easy to hit. Can you get it safe? Oh, dear me. Nearly went in. Well, yeah, you see, hit it well. Now, has he got away with it? And the reason I asked that question, it's a thin cut, it's tight near the top cushion. There's every possibility here. If he hits this too thin, he could pot it, but he could also go in off into the far right corner. So keep your eyes on the cue ball. Keep your eyes on the cue ball. Well, he managed to avoid the in-off. Now, is he going to be on a colour? Well, decision time. Pink or brown. Just was able to catch that red thick enough to avoid the cue ball going in the far corner pocket. Come a little bit twixt and between. Eyeing up the brown. No. Oh, I thought it was a bit wide. But in it went, and he's now nicely on the yellow. And he's got an 18-point lead.
5.
Just yellow and green to leave Mark Allen needing a snooker.
7.
He's checking the scoreboard again, and he's 20 points in front, as John said, so it's just the green, but he might play a huge deep screw and miss the green. That's an awkward brown. He missed the blue. He'd been plumb on this brown, but this is a tough one.
Barry Hawkins.
Not quite.
10.
Barring snookers though. This Barry Hawkins would be winning this last frame for the interval, and he'd be 11-9 behind. Now we've seen a bit of drama in the first session, John, on the last 2 frames when either player needed snookers, you know, in those 2 frames and got them.
We won't be seeing it here. He can get past the pink and pot the brown. Frame over.
4. And the 4.
Thank you very much. That's enough for me. Barry Hawkins with a bit of stickability in him in this situation. He's back to 2 frames again, but he still trails by 11 frames to 9.
Thank you. Frame 21, Barry Hawkins to break.
No more intervals. This match will now be played to a finish. And it's Barry Hawkins who's broke off, and it looks like a pretty good break off. Just keeps hanging on in there. But as we get closer to that winning line and that target of 13, every frame now is taking on more and more importance. That's not a good safety. Caught it much too thick. Is he saved by the blue? Looks like it. Two possible reds into this right corner. The blue's just covering the potting angle. That's a good safety. Perfect length. That was a little bit pacey, but the green, the yellow just slowed it down. That's too thin. That's why he caught the blue. So both players really struggling at the moment to, you know, they're playing one good safety and then two bad ones. Hitting that thin like he did, shake of the head. He's fearing the worst here. He's playing the thin cut to go back up to the balk end. I don't know what colour he's going to be on.
One.
Nothing really.
Foul.
He's not reached.
Mark Allen 1, Barry Hawkins.
He didn't
foul.
reach it.
3 ball.
Amazing. Free ball, and if you can get through to the yellow, we'll play it. That will count as a red.
Yellow ball.
Again. Just trying to get up tight to that blue and just, wow, a millimetre short. So, as I say, that yellow counts as a red.
1.
And nicely on the green. Mark Allen. He'll be disappointed. Just needed this cue ball to run down a little bit further, but he's pretty proficient with the rest, is Barry. Or maybe he can reach it without the rest, can he? Yep, with the extension on. Of course, being left-handed helps.
Five.
Got to take these chances, you feel. We get into the nitty-gritty of this match. Just caught the near jaw.
Barry Hawkins.
Oh, that was a bad miss and could be very costly. Just hit the near jaw. And at that pace, they don't drop.
Whoa.
Yes, not a good time to miss that pot with black, of course, back in the open now. Mark's come a little awkward here, though. He's bridging over the red. You can see that his bridge is very awkward on the side cushion. Couldn't do much more than that, so he's not going to be on the black again. He's going to have to go down the table. No blue to go for on his spot. So it's down for the bar colours and the blue. And have to take the cue ball all the way back up again. Ooh, is that a kick, is it?
No.
Only a fraction of a kick, not enough to keep it out, but when the cue ball hit the red then, Mark would have been a bit edgy.
$11. $12. $19. $20.
Just was a bit thin on that blue to get the
25.
cannon he was looking for. I don't think the top red will go to the right middle. If it was, it could tempt it. Just having a look round. I don't know if there's a possibility of a double on. Just that red immediately below the pink, I'm not certain about the availability of that. But I think if he was thinking of a pot, he'd have played it by now, so just the safety.
Mark on 25.
Okay, but once again, it's not a telling safety because he didn't get a good length with the cue ball.
Caught that much too thick. So Mark Allen's got a good chance here if he makes this red. Pink and black available. There's a bit of pressure coming on now out there. He was potting those earlier on.
I know, I think you hit the nail on the head there, Terry. Yeah, man, it wasn't as if he overhit it, he was only floating it in. And, well, didn't really get close.
One.
And when Barry Hawkins played his safety shot, isn't it too thick, he sat down, Barry, and shaking his head, grimacing, fearing the worst. And then, within one shot, he's at the table.
7.
With a chance of making a frame-winning contribution.
Eight.
Just needs a slight angle on the black to just stand up for the red into the opposite corner. It's a little bit careless to leave himself straight like this. He needed a slight angle, but he screwed back for the red in the same pocket, it appears. But you wouldn't say that is absolutely inch perfect, and that was all because he didn't leave an angle on the black. It's getting tense out there. You can see it and you can feel it.
Well, they say that in sport, the more important it becomes, the closer you get to that 13 frames in this case, then the more important every shot seems to become. But earlier on, you just go down and play a natural game. Now you start to think about it. Make sure of this one. Don't make a mistake. Don't
20.
go for that. They may leave one on. All these thoughts come into our mind, John.
Yeah, it's consequences now. That's what you're thinking about. The consequences of every shot you play. He's got these two reds nicely situated below the pink. He wants that cue ball to
21.
slow up. I think it's just about slowed up in time for him to play a straightforward run off the side cushion for one of the two reds below the pink. So 17 points the lead. These two reds,
26.
two blacks, two pinks. We're still leaving with needing at least two of these remaining three reds.
27.
One on one side of the table, two against the right-hand cushion, so nothing straightforward here. Well, maybe inclined in potting this red. I think he's purposely left an angle on this red in potting it to cannon into the red
33.
that's close to the left-hand side cushion. He'd be unlucky not to be on pink or blue. Oh, the dreaded double kiss.
34.
Unlucky. Got the cannon, but you get that double kiss and the red hardly moves. So I could only assume he's playing for the double on this red.
39.
Still needs two of these remaining reds. He's playing the double. Oh, he's just missed it. Where's the red going?
Barry Hawkins, 39.
That's the problem with the double. If they don't go in, you're never certain where the ball's going to go. Is he unlucky, or does this red, as we watch that again, does this red pass the black? It did.
1.
But the problems that Barry Hawkins was going to have, same apply to Mark Allen. Well, trying to bring one of the reds into play, and well, to be fair, he'll be disappointed not to have got the cannon.
6.
24 points behind now, 43 remaining. But he won't be potting any more from this position. Just run past the yellow. It's not a bad safety now. If it had hit the yellow a fraction fuller, he'd have left Barry a chance of this red, but I don't think he can get through to... Can he get... No, I don't think he can. He might be able to hit it, but I don't think he can see enough to pot it. Well, he's trying to swerve it. He did swerve it, but that red's running towards the far corner. Mark Allen considering turning that down. Surprises me a little bit.
It would have been handy if you could get behind the black, but he just overhit that slightly. They're all in the open now. Now in these tight situations, Sean, all the sports psychologists always say that leave winning drop in your lap. But of course, they haven't played in the crucible in a tight finish.
Yes, and although Barry Hawkins has a 24-point lead, it'll count for nothing if he leaves a red on here. I think he's half looking at the possibility of playing the pot to the far right corner. He feels if he could stun the cue ball and leave it somewhere near where the red is now, the blue would cover the red to the left of the yellow. And the only red he could leave was the one he was playing.
You've always got decisions to make. In snooker, it's one of the beauties of the game. Do I take this on? Do I play this safely, that safely? And of course, it's all down to you. Can't blame memory out if it goes wrong. You try to pot her off the green, you know. And it's behind the black and played that really well. That could be a telling safety.
He's a big favourite now for the frame, Barry Hawkins. When you get down to the last couple of reds and the colours, if you can lay a snooker, then you've definitely got the advantage. And it's the old story, can Mark hit this and get it safe? Well, he's not hit it. This will be called, and this will be taken.
Barry Hawkins, 4.
Well, Barry just got up out of his seat, but there was no way that he was not going to have it put back. He's left the red. Obviously, that's not the red that he played to make contact with, but he's knocked it on anyway.
One.
And now the frame at his mercy. Mark Allen is only going to be one frame in front now. "34 points the lead, 35 remaining, but not for long. Not for long. This red to go 35 ahead with only 27 remaining. And the way the balls are, Mark Allen won't be getting back to the table. So Barry Hawkins hanging on in there. And well, Mark Allen will be disappointed there.
12.
He had a chance to get right back in this frame, missed a straightforward cannon to bring the red to play. And then refused the red I thought he might have taken. Try and get the snooker behind the black. He didn't get it. His opponent
17.
did. And that snooker turned the tide in favour of Barry Hawkins in this very, very important frame.
21.
So certainly signs in this frame that the temperature's rising, pressure going on the winning line, but Barry Hawkins just draws in, and he's now just one frame behind. Mark Allen leads 11 frames to 10. Yeah, one of those frames, Terry, where neither player really played any excellent safety to put their opponent in trouble, but it was just that one snooker at the end. But I was a little bit surprised that Mark Allen refused the red in the baulk end. Normally he's such a good long potter. Think he went a little bit too defensive?
Well, he normally goes for them. Perhaps he didn't fancy the shot. Perhaps it's not one of his favourite shots. But like I say, you make these choices, John, and afterwards you look back at it and you may be thinking, no, I should have gone for it. It's a bit late now. You've got to make the decision, stick to it, and give it 100% and be positive on the shot.
Yes, and if it does go, if it does go the other way, you just got to accept that that was your decision at the time. It's no good looking back and regretting things, but it was a shot that he would normally take on for me.
Thank you. Frame 22. Mark Allen to break.
So Mark Allen's been pegged back to just one frame now. Surprising when we look back before the little mini break we had, it looks as if he could be 3-4 frames in front, but that hasn't materialised. He's going to face up to that now, and he's up against a man who looks that he's not going to give in.
One.
Nice clean opening pot. Well, the black is slightly tied up at the moment, but if you could get on the red just above the black at a nice angle, you could pot that red, remove the red that's just to the left of the black, and get the black into play. You'd be thinking of doing that sooner rather than later. Starting to play this one with the rest. Just a plain ball, plenty of top, follow through. Well, he decided to stun it round off the angles. That's okay.
4.
Being left-handed, you can comfortably get to this one.
Five.
Now he's got the angle on the blue. If he could get on that red just above the black at the right angle, he could pot it and get the black into play. The reason I don't like the cannon into the pink is just separated from the red, so he might not be on one. So playing up, found the gap perfectly. Inch perfect. Surely that's inch perfect. I'm looking at Barry's face. A little shake of the head, a little grimace. Is it a fraction short? It's a fraction short. If another roll of the ball, he'd have been absolutely perfect. Can he force the angle? No, he couldn't.
11.
What we say this game is all about fractions. There you had an example there. If he'd have just rolled another fraction, he could have removed that red that's near the black. Cannon on the pink this time. You always need a bit of luck. Well, I think
16.
he's got a choice of reds to the right corner. He couldn't have hit the pink any better. The downside is he's close to the cushion, so he's having to dig down a bit to get back up for the blue. Makes the pot missable. But he played it well. Solid.
17.
Okay, a bit too far for the blue, but he's got a choice of yellow or brown.
As he caught the red a little bit on the thin side, he went through the corner. That's where the cue ball ran on a bit further. He's going to play another good shot now. Pink and black are like they're out of commission anyway. I'm not sure if the pink goes into the left corner, but it'd be hard to get on it anyway. So may well get high on the blue here. No, not quite high enough to play an easy cannon into the reds. Try and bring the pink into play. Another decision you've always got to make out there these days, John. You know, am I going into the pack? Am I going to cannon those reds, or am I going to play for the loose ones? And so much goes on out there, and it's very difficult to keep your minds clear to make good decisions when you're out there for so long. And irrespective of what the score is, when you're out there, you're always under pressure.
25.
Oh, he's landed nicely on this red. And he played for the black surely this time. Get the black on its spot.
26.
Just got to give these blacks due care and attention. And that's what he's doing. It's a big shot this, get the black back on its spot. Played it nicely. You just catch the left-hand jaw, they don't drop.
33.
So played it nice. Same applies with this red. Due care and attention.
34.
Played it nicely. Black available into both corners. What a chance to level the match.
Good stuff so far from Barry Hawkins here. He hasn't left himself any difficult shots. His position's been very good. He's had a quick
42.
bounce off the cushion there. Not quite sure if he can even see the black. Amazing what happens with these cushions. I don't know how it happens. It doesn't happen every shot. But that's a vital time it's happened here. Check if he can pot it with a touch aside, but it's a bit risky really. Of course, when the chance is looking at you straight in the face, John, you all of a sudden look at the block and think, well, I can almost see it, you know, and a touch aside, and
Yeah, and also you're disappointed that he's just had a quick bounce off the side cushion and he feels he's entitled to be on the black, but looking at that shot, I don't think he can get through to it. And as you say, if you want to play it with side, very risky. So he'll have to bite the bullet and play safe.
well, if he's playing it with side, he may be able to play it gentle and still get on the red to the right of the black. But at this stage of a match in the World Championships, I think he's made a good decision.
Barry Hawkins, 42.
Solid pot. He didn't risk gold by studying it in and playing for the black.
One.
Which surprised me a little bit. But he's just about on the... Well, I don't know if he's too straight on the brown. That's tricky. He'll be looking to try and pot a colour and get on a red. As I say, I was a little bit surprised when he potted the red. He didn't stun it in and play for the black. It's the type of shot he's very strong with normally, but he edged his bets, and that's why he's not got perfect position. Now then, needs to come round off the top cushion, needs a big bounce. He's not got one.
5.
He's caught the brown a bit thick there, didn't he? Went into the left side of the pocket. That's taken a good 6 to 9 inches out of the run and the cue ball out. So his second chance now. It's just gone.
Barry Hawkins, 5.
Mark Allen hasn't potted a ball for over 17 minutes now. That's such a crucial time. That's quite a long time. No, and he's left this red on. Incredible.
Yeah, well, he felt he had no option but to try and leave the cue ball on the baulk line and cover the red with the green, but as you say, well short. Another chance for Barry. Ooh, well, it just wriggled its way in.
A mark on a safety shot, John, he could have gone 6 inches or 9 inches too far past the balk line. He wouldn't have left the red on, but he left him an easy safety, obviously. He tried to cover it with the green. But he hasn't got the touch, as I said. He hasn't been on the table much, has he? Over 18 minutes now, he hasn't potted the ball.
Yeah, I was trying to be too precise. Now, if this cannon goes right, it could be a frame winner. And he's walking round with a purpose, so I think it has done.
6.
He's got a choice of reds. The one that's immediately above the black, he doesn't want to play that because he feels he'll be running into the black, so play this. As long as he gets a good angle on the blue, no problem. And that's inch perfect. This blue will put in 59 points in front with 59 remaining, so only the red needed.
12. 13.
Yes, he dominated this frame. No points on the scoreboard on Mark Allen's name.
20. 21.
Not a bad time to run out of position when you're 68 in front with 43 on the table.
Barry Hawkins, 21 and a frame.
So another frame goes to Barry Hawkins. We're in for a match now. It's left each.
Yes, the comeback complete. And he always seems to be playing catch-up, Barry Hawkins, but what a time to level the match. It started off the best of 25. It's now boiled down to the best of 3.
As quiet as possible, please.
And you've got to ask him the question, John. Are you up to it, mate?
Well, I'm sure they both are, but it's who gets the chances. This was the red I was a little bit surprised that he didn't stun that in and play for the black, and could have won the frame at that visit. But it's getting a bit edgy out there, and just get the feeling that neither player really wants to go all out and play a shot that if they miss, they can leave their opponent at the table, so they're edging the bet slightly.
Frame 23, Barry Hawkins to break.
So Barry Hawkins breaks off. He's never been in front in the match. But he's doing that. And now, all square, game on.
In his own way, you see a little bit of pressure's gone away from Mark Allen. Now he's been in front for so long. He's been 3 frames in front 3 times in this match. So in his own, once you're caught, you sort of feel a little bit more relaxed. You got to, when he's in front, and in the interval you'd be thinking you got plenty to lose and nothing much to gain from his position, whereas Barry Hawkins would be glad just to be still in the match, although he's a few frames behind. The end of it all comes down to who's got the strongest mind and who can hold up under the pressure when it comes on. Because make no mistake about it, they're not playing in a practice table here, and when they get the opportunity, it's going to be tough. But if I had to say from here, it's obvious that Barry Hawkins has got the momentum on his side so far.
A good, clean, long pot. Gives Barry the first chance. Played it well. And he might just have a slight angle on the blue. There's plenty of loose reds to play for. And the black will go into the left corner for starters. Decent opportunity.
Six.
He's either overcooked that one or undercooked it. I'm not quite sure what he played for, but he can't. He went by the pink spot there, and I think it would be the one he played to get straight on that. He'd play for the pink or the black. Both these players are good under pressure, I must say. I've worked with them both, and there's no doubt that Mark Allen is under heavy pressure. He hasn't potted the ball now for 22 minutes. Well, Barry dominated the table, but if he gets the opportunity, I can tell you he can do it. So it's still a hard one to call. In 2013, when Barry Hawkins got to the final against Ronnie O'Sullivan here, I think he won 7 or 8
12.
frames in the trot against Ricky Walden in the semi-final. I think he was 12-8 or 12-9 behind at the time. And we've seen Mark Allen come back on his semi-final. His only semi-final time in the Crucible against John Higgins, when he was like, I don't know what it was, 12-4 down or something. He came back to within 2 frames. Higgins was just too strong in the end.
Well, a little bit short there. I'm not certain that the black will go 20. To the right corner. Well, he's having a look. Does it? We'll soon know the way he plays this red. No, it didn't 21. Go into the right corner, so he was a little bit careless to leave himself that angle on that red. But obviously this pink just goes through the gap. But even so, he'd like to have been a little straighter on it. There you see. A little bit straighter, he'd have had much more control of the cue ball. Nice clean pot. I assume when the pink's respotted, he'll be on this red. Well, yes, bound to be on it.
Thank you. 27.
So, decision here. If you play the run through, you can get on the black, but you could run too far. If you play the screw shot, you feel as though you're bound to be on blue or bought colour. Well, he played the screw shot, but
28.
dear me, I expect him to give it a bit more than that. Shake of the head. If you're going to play the screw shot, hit it hard. I mean, he couldn't develop the pink, so he wasn't trying to do that. Just didn't get through it.
Barry Hawkins.
So, having to play safe, he was in the balls. It's like the last frame, he was in the balls. Needed 3 opportunities. He got them. Will he get that many chances this time around? was close. Where's that red going? It's going over the corner. So without having to do anything, Barry Hawkins comes back to the table with another chance.
One.
Didn't want a big bounce that time. I should have been in the back of the pack of the red, so turned out okay.
Slightly worrying times for Mark Allen and his supporters. When he was 11-8 in front, certainly a lot of them were thinking, well, that's practically job done. But at the moment, it's all Barry Hawkins. Mark Allen can't get to the table.
16.
If Barry Hawkins should go on to win this frame from here, of course the pressure would come on him then. It's one thing to be hanging on out there. Another thing when you sneak in front and you just want one frame for victory.
That didn't sound the best of contact, but it's okay. He's got a nice angle on the black. Just on off the top cushion, play for the red you can see there in the same pocket. A little bit short of pace. I don't know whether he purposely did that.
24.
I suppose in potting it now, he could nudge those 4 reds and still stand up for the blue.
25.
He's got the pink. But he's not got the perfect angle here. If he pots the pink, he'll go 59 points in front with 75 remaining. So a good position shot needed. He's got a good line and he's got a very good length. That is perfect.
31.
Red, colour red, to go in front for the first time in the match. And what
32.
a time to do it. Good pink, good positional shot. And just the red needed now. There you see it, 67 ahead, 67
39.
remaining. Pot the red, goes 68 ahead with just 59 remaining.
40.
So, Mark
47.
Allen now really up against it.
$48. $53.
Mark Allen
54.
didn't score a point in the last frame. He won't be scoring one in this. Tough competitor is Barry Hawkins. He
61.
proved that even though he lost in the final when he played Ronnie O'Sullivan. He produced some tremendous
62.
snooker. Just Ronnie on the day was just that little bit too good for him, but He's been the distance. He knows what it takes. And as Terry said not long ago, he plays a beautiful play on the red. The momentum is with him now.
69.
Just having a look at the scoreboard. Got to get to 73 when you come to the remaining 6 colours
70.
to make a century. Now, can he get on the yellow? Well,
75.
tough shot this now. Wow, he's cued it absolutely beautifully. And he's on the green. Great shot.
$80. $84.
Wasn't long ago Barry Hawkins was a journeyman on the circuit. He's up to number 5 now. All credit to him. Always been a good player, but the last few years he seems to have blossomed out.
$95.
And this black for his 3rd century of the match. Well played. Well played indeed. The first time in the match he's been in front. And what a time to get there. Mark Allen, 11-8 in front. He's now 12-11 behind. Barry Hawkins needs one more frame for a place in the quarter-final. Well, both players have left the arena. I'm sure Barry Hawkins just to collect his thoughts, and while they're away, here's a couple of stats we can mull over. Well, both players above the 90% pot success. Barry Hawkins 93%. Maybe that's just a slight difference, that 2% in pot success. But as I said, what a time to get in front. The first time, every time he's been behind, he has been level a couple of times, but when he went 11-8 behind, you just thought the writing was on the wall, but he stuck on in there, and now just one frame away from a place in the quarter-final. And as I say, he's got a good track record here at the Crucible. He's been all the way, he's been to the final, and well, Mark Allen, who, in all honesty, all day today has looked like the winner, now he's gone second favourite, big time. What can he do to turn it around? Improve his safety, I would say, 70%. That'll have to go up a notch or two if he's going to keep Barry Hawkins off the table. So Mark Allen's come back. Barry Hawkins not back in the arena yet, just taking that little bit of time. Mark knows what he's got to do. He needs to win the next 2 frames. It's as simple as that. And there will be a little bit of pressure now reversed on Barry Hawkins, who gets the encouragement from this packed Crucible Theatre audience.
Thank you. Frame 24. Mark Allen to break.
pretty good break off. Barry Hawkins will be very disappointed if he doesn't drop into the pack of reds there. You can see there's a big target for him. Well, he just got past the pink. Didn't want to run past the reds, of course. Could have left something on.
Touching ball.
Well, he's covered a path back to the ball, Ken, but once again he's a big target here just to nestle in the side of this cluster. And because they're a solid bunch, invariably you're going to find yourself leaving a touching ball.
Touching ball.
Yeah, Colin Humphreys, referee. He's getting all excited about tomorrow, of course. Everton playing Manchester United. Well, it's a good shot now. Now he's missed the yellow. Decent length with the cue ball. Barry's, I wouldn't think, could find a path back to the ball without playing a very risky shot. Well, it looks as though he's going to. He's got to catch this just right. We've got to catch it.
Foul, a miss. Mark Allen, full. Just bring that up again, Terry, please.
Having it put back, I think the cue ball was almost, not quite on the cushion, but in the middle of the cushion, of the baulk cushion. It was a bit closer to the cushion than that. There's the original. And that's where it is now, yeah? Okay. Perfect. Perfect. But it's a thin one. You catch it a fraction thick. Just about got to the baulk line. That's the problem with that type of shot. If you catch it a fraction thick, then it seems to have a checking effect as it comes off the cushion. Little tap on the table there from Mark Allen. I'm not quite certain why. There's a possible pot on here. No. But he thought if he played the slow drag shot, the only red he could leave, unless he got really close to the jaws, was the one he was playing, and he's not left anything.
Mark Allen hasn't potted a ball now for just over 39 minutes. I think that's a long time. Seems like about 3 weeks when you're out there. Sitting down for long periods. Not getting any shots to go at. He hasn't had many shots to do in the last few frames to make his mark.
Well, he must have been worried there. He knocked a red towards the right corner, but he's got a good length with the cue ball. As you can see, the green is blocking the path to the red over the pocket. So it gives Barry Hawkins a bit of a problem here to get this safe.
Only saving grace, of course, for Barry Hawkins is the black is not on his spot. The pink is available in, well, a centre in the corner, but Mark Allen just wants a go at a pot. He just wants to get going, given the chance. He hasn't really had a clear-cut opportunity for a few frames. Just goes like that sometimes. No easy escape here.
Well, over 1.5 minutes thinking time here. Of course, there's plenty of reds he can see, but there's nothing really that takes him back to the pot. There's one shot, if you were a billiard player, just play slowly off. No, he's gone into the middle. I thought play slowly off that red, trying to get in the jaws. He thought he could get it safe, playing it that way. He was mistaken.
Yes, had to drop on that dead weight. I mean, he was trapped, to be fair. He didn't have any good shot there. The one John said was a possibility. Even that was difficult to actually play. So Mark Allen's on the board for the first time, just over 40 minutes. Incredible. You never forget where the pockets are, of course, but sometimes you're out there and they look rather small.
Eight. $14. 15.
Wrong side of the blue. Okay, there's a red adjacent to the right corner pocket, which you'd have no problem getting on. But he'd like to be a little bit closer than he will be. To leave it at distance So he's just got a little bit to do with the cue ball.
20.
Pot's easy enough, but he needs to be on pink or blue here. And he played it with side to check it. And,
20.
well, even with
Mark
side,
Allen.
shouldn't be missing those, but he got down and played it very quick. And there was a bit of movement there, wasn't there? Bad miss.
Yes, I think the movement came slightly after he struck the cue ball, John. He does that sometimes, but it's a good chance gone for him, isn't it? It looked to me as if he's better off playing for the pink then, because if he'd have got on the pink and slight angle, he could have spread a few reds out of the way of the pink spot, because the black's tight on the cushion. I was just going to say, well, at least he didn't leave something on, but of course, he's now in trouble. And once again, the same problem that Barry Hawkins had, but if he drops on the one on the black cushion here to the extreme left, which is the easiest shot to play, he'll probably leave the other red on, so that's one probably out of the equation.
I could think of a couple of reds he could play to rest on, but it's all about pace. If he hit them too hard, then he'd have a problem. For example, if he could get just to the other side of the middle pocket, like that, and as long as he judged the weight perfect, I don't think he'd leave anything, but would you trust yourself to be able to hit it the perfect weight? It's asking a lot. Any other ideas, Terry?
Well, whatever he's going to play here, he's under a lot of pressure here to play a good shot, because if he plays this badly, he could be going home. And that is pressure.
And we know how the misrule is interpreted now, so you can give lots and lots of points away. So first priority, make contact with a red. Now has he found a safe one? He's trying to nestle, I think, on this red. Oh, he's playing it. It's a bit of a halt, this.
Foul and a miss.
Oh, was it
Barry Hawkins, 4. Free ball.
Free ball. Now, if Mark is completely snookered, then Barry might just have him play it from there. He's just seeing which is the more difficult snooker. Was it the one behind the brown or the one behind the yellow?
As it turned out, Mark Allen made a great attempt there. He tried to catch the red on the right there before the middle pocket, half ball, take the cue ball down towards the green pocket. It was a good choice of shot, I felt.
Yeah, he wasn't too far away. So Barry's saying, play it from where it lies. Yeah, if you watch the line of this, he was hoping that red there, and he wasn't far away. Now he's trying to nestle on this red that's near the top cushion, and he's not nestled on it, and he's left an easy starter for Barry Hawkins. So this is Barry Hawkins' opportunity. Nothing Mark Allen can do now. Just sit and hope that he gets back to the table.
One. 6.
So Barry Hawkins would like to get on the pink here as quickly as possible and try and dislodge a few of the reds below the pink. So that will
7.
be available in to the two corners and middle pockets. That's his aim if he can get there. It's his first chance to clinch this match. What he's got to do at this stage is focus his mind on what's in front of him, not what could be. One shot at a time. Keep his focus at all times and stick to his normal routine of queuing and just leave it happen. You spend hours and hours practicing so that when you get under pressure, you're hoping your muscle memory will repeat.
So that pink puts him 4 points ahead.
20. Can you turn that phone off, please? $21.
Mark Allen be thinking now that he's going to lose the match from here, the way the balls are set, and Barry Hawkins be thinking these reds are in awkward positions. It's just how it is out there. You've got to play well out there against the grain sometimes.
Yes, and if the pink goes to the left middle, which I think it does, in potting this red just below the pink, he can nudge these two reds into play and be nicely on the pink to the left centre.
27.
Pressure. He alright with striking down, but in all honesty, he didn't play the red below the pink as well as he might. He shouldn't have been hampered like that, and the pink should have been a straight pot into the middle. He just didn't stun off those two reds like he should have done. So it's an opportunity missed.
Whoa.
But Mark Allen comes to the table, and apart from two reds, the rest are awkward. Nothing seemingly going in that clean at the moment.
6.
And with Barry Hawkins, of course, missing that pink, that's not available now. It's out of play. Black's a little bit awkward.
7.
What Mark Allen be looking at here is trying to get that black into play. He could play it now, take a chance just to bring it out. That red hanging over the pocket. Now he has played it and just fractionally missed it. Well, now they could drop this red along the cushion in the safe in the knowledge that he'd have the black to play in the opposite corner, which again he could drop in dead weight with that red on. Big shot here. Well played, sir.
13.
Yeah, great shot that. Now this black is very missable, but the advantage of it, if it doesn't go in, it should block the pocket. Ooh, well, it went in. It went in. And now is a chance
20.
to win the frame at this visit. Tall order, with just a 9-point lead and only one easy red to go at. But as we always say, ooh, look at that, flew
21.
off there.
Yeah.
Absolutely flew off it.
We spoke of that earlier with John, didn't we? You know, at crucial times, he's having a bounce off the cushion that's taken him out of position. These boys are under enough pressure without that. Difficult shot with the rest now. Touch aside, we've got to stun it to get position. Wow.
21. Mark Allen.
Well, he might not get a better chance than that. I think he got a bit of a flyer when he potted the red to play for the black. He's now sat there, probably an air of resignation, but there's quite a bit to do. Barry Hawkins 10 points behind. This is no formality to win the frame at this visit and match.
1.
I don't know, did you just get the feeling with this type of match, you know, that nobody's going to get in there and clinch it in one visit? It's like as if they're going to have a few attempts each, and makes it more tense, of course, and it's very enjoyable for the crowd. I'm sure they're enjoying this match.
Yep, he couldn't have come much better than this. I think the problem depends on the potting angle of this red. Drop it in, play for the black, but no, yeah, he's okay. Doesn't have to do much with the cue ball. Well, we've seen a few of these missed.
Very good play of the red by Hawkins. That's a lovely situation, you know. This is what you turn professional for, to play in the Crucible Theatre in tight finishes, get into the quarter-final of the World Championships. Where else would you want to be? Now then he's got to play a cannon with the look of it. Got the double twist, but he's still on. Commit to this 100%.
6 points to lead.
16.
Tricky red this though. Well, potted it, but he's not on the black. Didn't want to give it any more pace. He'd have made the pot missable. Now when we play the black, he's got an easy snooker to lay.
Oh,
it's a big answer, I suppose, but on the other hand, the black was available as a very thin cut. And no certainty that he got on the yellow. As it goes on, we'll see if it is a good or bad decision. Mark hits the yellow and gets it safe. No, not quite. Could have been worse, but it's given Barry Hawkins another chance.
Well, you said a few moments ago that he was very good with the rest, so Mark Allen will know that. He'll be fearing the worst. %, pots rest success. And it goes. Finished a bit too close to the cushion for comfort.
tell you something, you may not be able to get on the brown here, you know. He's looking down a few times there, John, and if there was a shot there, he'd be committed and he'd be going for it by now. He may be running into the brown. Perhaps he can't play it slow enough to avoid it. Had to put so much into that rest shot then, make sure of the pot. He just lost the cue ball a bit. Once again, it adds to the tension.
Two.
Did he try
Hawkins.
to pinch a bit? Did he just try to pinch a bit there to avoid the kiss on the brown? That's probably why he didn't leave the green, but an easy safety for Mark. Well, it should have been. Well, he got very close to the middle pocket, but he should have had that cue ball somewhere behind the black and tight to the top cushion, so didn't play the best safety there. This green is cuttable, I don't know. I think the way he's playing, he's not going for it. He's just playing the safety come snooker, but he's not well short of pace with that one. So I'm getting a bit tense out there now.
Yes, I think he hit the green a bit on the thin side there. It was a good chance to trap Mark Allen. Mark Allen may struck him behind the blue, but not quite. He tried to get behind the brown, which would have been a real tough one. As usual with these close frames, it comes down to the toughest when they're hurting out there. And they'll both be hurting at the moment.
Well, it was hard to say. I was looking at Barry Hawkins. You look down the line, I'm not certain. I think he can get through to hit this green. But we can't hit enough of it to pot it. Where's the cue ball going? Oh! Well, he's got the green safe. That cue ball was very close to the middle pocket. It was a good shot, really, the way he played it, to purposely played the green into the brown.
Good shot. What you've got to do is get the green safe, and okay, you may have caught it a little bit too thin because you're trying to get behind the pink, but not an easy safety here for Mark Allen. Certainly not a positive one anyway.
No, I think if you can't put a lot of distance between the cue ball and object ball, you've got to make certain you get that green tight to the ball cushion. Okay. You're not going to gain much of an advantage, but you cannot afford to leave your opponent a chance of a pot on the green. Because if he does, his World Championship aspirations will be over. But he's trying to get distance between both balls. Well, in the end, he looked as though he had an attempt at the double, and he thought, well, maybe I'll get away with it. And maybe he has. And the reason I say that, because if this green is straight, it's going to take some good cueing to pot it and get position on the brown. Couldn't be much straighter, could it? Maybe just a slight angle, but it's not an easy shot, this. And he needs green, brown and blue
hit of the sweep is enough, but the problem is now he's got no angle at all. It's from here for him to get up to the blue. What he's got to do here is knock the brown in, concentrate on that. And if he could leave himself a blue from distance, they can have a go at that. And then will he be able to go the blue from here? It's one of those shots that if he pots the blue, he could go very close to the on-off in the opposite corner.
16 points to lead, 18 remaining.
Once again, it's not a straightforward safety shot. He doesn't like the safety. He's got to just hit the blue to just miss the black on the way down and go back up the table. And even then, you leave Mark Allen with half a chance of snookering him behind the pink. And that's what he's played.
Barry Hawkins, 7.
Well, half a chance for Mark Allen.
The only thing is, from Mark Allen's point of view, being so close to this top cushion, he can't really get any side on, so needs good centre ball striking here. And got. But of course, it's a tough pink, and it's a tough black. Now, do you take the pink on? Do you put all your eggs in one basket? He's got an easy cross double safety. He's taking it on.
Cool. Big shot. Oh, so close.
Where's the pink going? Where's the pink ball going?
Mark Allen.
Over the pockets. And Barry Hawkins only needs the pink. It's disappointment once again for Mark Allen.
Barry
And
Hawkins.
it goes the pink, and Barry Hawkins has won for both lads. Congratulate one another, what a great match. But that pink at the end for Mark Allen, was it one shot too far? His decision will be disappointed when he led 11-8. It looked as though he was going to be the winner. But Barry Hawkins reeled off 5 frames on the trot and runs out, and he's in the quarter-final. He wins 13-11. What a good match that was.